Just a quick PSA. Don't eat the grapes under the table today. Just come on the podcast. But seriously, I need guests. Come on the podcast. But all that to say, so eating the grapes under the table, a lot of people have heard of it because it got really popular on TikTok, but it comes from like Latin cultures. And what you do is you take 12 grapes and you eat them underneath the table on New Year's Eve at I did it. Okay, so I did it last year. At They say some people say start at 11:59 and you have to go until 12 o'clock. So they say you have 1 minute to eat these grapes, 12 grapes, and it's supposed to usher in prosperity and love and all of that and abundance and all that good stuff. But you can also manifest with each grape as you eat it under the table. I will say it was successful. Shh, quiet. Everybody calm down, calm down, calm down. It was successful. It was funny, but successful. How we got to this point, we'll never know. But anyways, so a lot of people it's the end of the year right now. So everybody's like, oh, I want to eat the grapes. I want to do this. And they're thinking about their New Year's Eve traditions. But I'm telling you not to eat those grapes. Just come on the podcast because the podcast has seemingly been more effective than eating the grapes under the table. Just about every guest that I have had on this year is either in a relationship or having a baby. So I'm very happy for all of them who have come on and made it to that point in their lives. So very pleased, very happy. On top of all of that, life has been super busy. I know we took a break and then we just kept taking more and more breaks because things just got hectic between October and now. A lot of things were going on. I think that some of the biggest things are like I was doing. Well, first of all, let's circle back to August. In August, my grandmother passed. R.I.P. to Rose. And then that was a moment where we kind of took a break from the podcast also. But then we had her memorial service in October. So October got busy. October was her memorial service at the beginning of October. So we all had to go to Richmond because that's where my family is from. And we went to Richmond, had her memorial service. It was great. Everybody was there. And then after that, we had to come back home. And it was spooky season, which is my favorite time of the year. And it was my first time ever participating. No, it wasn't my first time. It's my second time participating in a trunk or treat. But I want to go big this year. I'm thinking Beyonce. So what I did was I decided to decorate my trunk like Jurassic Park. And that took a lot of time. And it did take time away from the podcast because I made it like the gates when you're entering into Jurassic Park. So I got all this big foam core. Anyways, it took a lot of time and I was very pleased with it. And maybe we'll show a little picture of it so everybody can see it. But it was a lot of fun and we did that and we were just doing all of the trunk or treats. I feel like I was trunk or treated out in October. I feel like we did 3. I think we did 2 trunk or treats. They actually did we go trick or treating? We had like a fall festival. We did a lot of stuff in October. And then November came and it was kind of a chill month at first, but just like work and school. So I don't know if I've shared this with you all on the podcast, but I am in grad school. Yay! This is my second master's degree. Yay! You know that saying when people talk about black women and like when we get bored, we decide we need to go back to school? Next time I'm going to find a hobby. And I mean that. The podcast, a hobby. But yeah, so anyways, I'm finishing up my second master's degree. I will be graduating in May 2025. Yay! But school just got hectic. Motherhood got hectic. Everybody else had other things that they had to do too. And I mean, such is life. And that's okay. But the podcast did take a hit. It took a little bit of a break and then, in November also Thanksgiving. I also traveled in November. Went to Florida. I rode on an airboat for the first time. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, so November got busy and then boom, December. Wow. We're here already? It's the end of the year. And y'all already know how December goes. We've got, Christmas, Kwanzaa. If you celebrate Hanukkah, you got Hanukkah. We have a lot of things going on in December. And then today is New Year's Eve. So we had all of that. I had a lot going on in December, too. Just like closing out the end of the semester at work and in my personal life, also closing out my schooling at the end of the semester. Lots of paper. I was up late, lots of nights, typing, working, doing all of those things. So, in order to close out my year, what I want to share with you is my 2024 Wrapped. I made a slideshow. I love making slideshows. So, fun fact about me making this Wrapped slideshow. Last year I had was it 2023? I think, or I don't know. I had a end of the year wrap party with my friends, and we did like slideshows, and it was really fun. This year, I just didn't have it in me to coordinate that, so so I'm sharing it with you guys here on the pod. So I'm going to look at my phone because that's where I have the slideshow, but you'll be able to see it on the screen if you're watching this, which I'm very excited about. See, this is it on my phone. Anyways, 2024 Wrapped. And then at the bottom, I put, what year is it? Because I love to insert random movie quotes in the opportunity that I get. So, the first slide. New Year's resolution. What's the vision? Where was I going with my 2024? The answer is I don't think I really had a solid plan. I'm not even going to lie to you. I knew that I was going to be in school because I had been in school. I knew that I wanted to, I did know I wanted to leave my job that I was at when I started this school year. And I knew that I wanted to stop dealing with somebody who I was in a situationship with. Boo. So I knew all of those things. And other than that, I didn't really have a major plan. But this year also was a journey for growth and renewal. Now, fun fact about eating those grapes, I want people to understand that just because you eat those grapes under the table doesn't mean that it's all going to be bubbles and gumdrops and lollipops, because I don't think that's the I don't think that's like what that's implying, but I think that's what people think when they decide that they're going to do that. Because I will say the entire year, although it had a lot of really great ups, there were some downs, and I don't think that you'll ever have a year where you don't have any downs. I think you just have to learn how to deal with the downs and be okay with those things. So, moving on to slide number 2, we're reflecting on the past year. We're reflecting on 2024. I will say that letting go was a big thing for me this year. I let go of a lot of old ideals and people that were not beneficial to me or serving me and who I am, or not even beneficial. We'll say they weren't aligned to who I am becoming. And I'm happy for me for that, because letting goes aren't always bad. I think people get so caught up and be like, no, I want to hold on. I want to cling to this. But I've really been working on practicing the art of detachment in 2024, and I really love that for me. So the way that I broke this slide show down is into quarters. So the first quarter, January through March. Second quarter, April through June. Third quarter, July through September. And then the fourth quarter, September through December. It's kind of funky the way I broke it down, but whatever. So we're going to start the year off strong. My birthday is in January. January 25th to be exact. I am an Aquarius, a visionary, if you will. So I got the flu, actually, funny enough, the week before my birthday. I actually had the flu and COVID. Somehow I tested positive for both of those things. So my sister-in-law was pregnant at the time, and she didn't know she was sick, but we had her baby shower, and me and her were hugging at the baby shower, and then next thing I know, a couple days later, boom, I'm sick. I'm down bad. My body was hurting, and I knew something was wrong when you had those body aches. But anyways, I healed. And then I healed just in time for my birthday, which was great. So I didn't really have a plan for my birthday. All my friends were like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And I was like, I don't really know. I don't have a plan. I don't think I want to do anything. Then last minute, I was like, actually, I think I want to do a birthday dinner. I had never done one of those before. But birthday dinners, maybe not for everybody. Maybe not for me. I love a good activity. The birthday dinner was cool, though. I really appreciate my friend Kai, who y'all met on the podcast, who is now engaged. See how the podcast works? Who is now engaged. She planned my birthday dinner. A few of my friends were able to come. We had a really great time. We went to 5 Church Midtown. So, like, the picture that you can see if you're looking at this, if you're watching this on YouTube, is the picture where it says, "Stay sexy, Atlanta." And I'm actually holding up a champagne glass. That was at 5 Church in Midtown. The food was okay. Not nothing really to write home about. They had some of their appetizers where I would say was better than like their main courses, but I had like their lamb burger. I did not really like it at all, honestly. It tasted kind of funny, but apparently, like somebody told me you have to cook lamb with like vinegar. I have no idea. It wasn't great, but they didn't have like regular things, and I was trying not to order chicken strips because I was like, I'm turning 34. I need to have a mature meal, and it was too mature for me. And I also went to see Alvin Ailey. I love to go to the theater. I don't do it often enough, honestly. But I went to see Alvin Ailey. Alvin Ailey is very near and dear to my heart because when I was a kid, my mom used to take me to go see Alvin Ailey, like me and her. So I went to see Alvin Ailey on my birthday. My mom did not go with me, and I can't remember why, honestly. Ivory, who y'all have never met. Me and Ivory went to go see Alvin Ailey. Ivory used to dance, so it was cool for her to go and see that. But we had a good time. So that's what that other cutout picture of me is. That was at the Fox, and it was really nice. It was very beautiful. I loved it. So I really enjoyed myself. So moving on to February through March. In February, y'all got to meet Kai, who is now engaged because she came on the podcast. Come on the podcast. We need guests. But Kai came on and she talked about her clothing line, PMD. Then I have this on here in March, but we'll get to that. In February, I became an aunt. And that is my sweet angel niece that I'm holding in that picture. I put an emoji over her face. Y'all will never know the real her. But that's my sweet angel niece. And I was so happy to become an aunt. I felt like that was a milestone in my life because I have kids, but it's something to have a niece. She's a sweet angel, sweet girl. Love her to death. And then in March, Sam's birthday was in March, and Sam's birthday always falls like right before spring break. So we went to Florida, and this was my first time doing a solo trip with my kids, like by myself with no other adults. So it was just me, Sam, and Weston, and we drove down to Orlando. And then on the next slide, you can see all the pictures that I have from March Madness because March was insane. So I took Sam we had a hibachi dinner for his birthday, and he had the best time. He loves hibachi. So we had hibachi dinner. A couple people came. We had like cookie cake, and just Sam and Weston were there, and we just had a great time, and everybody was happy. It was fun. And then the next day, we actually left to go to Florida. I took them to the movies, which is something we love to do. Of course, I stayed in the gym. I went to read at an elementary school that I used to work at. Me and Weston had a solar system project, and I kind of did a lot. I was hunting people down because I needed a jug, one of those big gallon, or I don't know how many gallons they are. Those jugs that you put for the drink machines or whatever. So I cut it out, and I spray painted it, and I did all this stuff, and me and him made the planets, and he labeled the planets, and we put that light in the bottom for the sun. It was really fun, really cool, something I saw on Pinterest. Stayed in the gym. And then Sam and Weston held a snake for the first time in their lives. This is a big milestone for these young boys. I also presented at the SECA conference. If you've ever heard of SECA, it's the Southern Early Childhood Association. And I presented at that conference, but I presented on behalf of my old job with a presentation that I did come up with out of my own brain. So very excited about that. And then I held a snake. Wasn't my first time. I hold snakes. Not afraid of them. And then I stay in the gym. Now, April through June, things get real. They get real. So my highlights. My first solo mom and son's trip. And then if you can see it on YouTube, you see that we went to Legoland. They love Legoland. This is like their second time going to Legoland, I think. Yes, the second time. We'll probably go again this summer. They love Legoland. At this point, I need a season pass because we go all the time, and I'm going again. And they love it there. We always have so much fun there, and it's never like overcrowded, especially if you get there right when the park opens. You can get on just about any ride you want to get on. I love going to Legoland. I haven't taken them to Disney yet, and everybody's like, you should take them, you should take them. And I don't want to take them to Disney by myself. I want to take them to Disney like as a group so I can also just kind of, chill. At Legoland, I feel like I could chill anyway. But Disney, I don't know. It's way too much going on. It's a lot. I did practice self-care by remaining in the gym also. And then I will say I hit MILF status. As you can see, that's a spicy little picture I took on the beach. I was very happy, very excited. Actually, one of my college roommates took this picture. Asia, she lives down in Florida, and like every time I go down like Orlando way, I'll try and visit her. But she took this picture for me because I was like rolling around the sand. I was like, Asia, take this one, take this one. She was like, fine, fine, fine. She was so annoyed with me. If you are my friends, you know how I can get with the pictures. It's not that I'd be like, oh no, I don't like that one. Take it again. I just be like, please take a picture of me, please. Because I just like, I will take a picture of you if you need that picture taken. Okay. So my friends all know, like, oh God, Kendra's going to want pictures. Because I do. Because I really think like you should capture the moments that you're in and just so you can remember them. I love taking pictures of things. I used to love photo albums when I was a kid. I have photo albums in my storage unit. And my photo album here in my phone is I have over 12,000 pictures. Yes, 12,000 pictures. So yeah, I love pictures. And then the eclipse happened also. I think it was in June. And we went to see the eclipse. We had the special glasses. All the kids were so excited. So I went with Callie. She brought her kids. I had my kids, and we all went out there and laid out at the park and watched the eclipse. It was so cool. The kids were like, "Oh my God, the sun and the moon, the sun and the moon!" They were so excited. So boom. Now we're at April and May. Now, April, we're including the solo trip because it was technically the first week of April also. So Legoland, we out there, we riding rides, we're taking pictures. I did a little podcasting in April. Good for me. Callie and I worked out outside. Sam and Weston were at the beach with me when I was taking those spicy pictures. They were there too. They were just down by the water. And playing in the sand, but they were having a good time. We went to is it the Kennedy Space Center? Yeah. We went to the Space Center, or is it Kennedy? I don't know. We went to the Space Center at Cocoa Beach over there in Florida. So we went there, and they had a great time there also. And then at the end, Sam and I had the mother-son dance at his school, and we had a good time. Me and him had a really good time at the dance. And then it was, what is it? Memorial Day at the end of May? I think. Me and Callie at the cookout laughing, kiki, ha 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 ha. Life is funny. And then more from June. June was a big month for me. I did a lot of traveling in June. So it's like it started off with this picture at the top corner with me and Weston at his little summer soccer game. And then boom, next thing I knew, I was on a plane. So I went out to Arizona to visit my other college roommate, Courtney, which is one of my best friends. And I stayed out there for, I don't know how long did I stay out there? A couple of days, almost a week. Maybe it was a week. I stayed out there for a minute. Me and Courtney were out there living our best lives. We went to a fancy restaurant, real fancy, called Views. And you could see all the views. It was up in like the mountains almost, but the Arizona mountains, which is a little different. Um, the food was really good there. That's why I talked to y'all about this food before. And every time I think about it, we went to a WNBA game, not Los Angeles. We went to see the Las Vegas Aces play, and the Phoenix Mercury play also. So, like I said, we got to see um, Asia Wilson and Brittany Griner play against each other. It was really good. It was a good game. And we had a good time. We took some really good pictures, and we went hiking in Sedona. Fun fact about our hiking trip in Sedona, we actually got lost on our hike in that heat in 103 degrees. But we ended up making it, and we were fine. But our little 45-minute hike turned into like an hour or 2 hours. It was a long hike. Luckily, we know how to preserve water, and we made it out alive, which was great without anybody having to call in reinforcements, which was great. And then in June, I also went back to Florida with my boys again. We went back to Florida. This time we went with my mom and her husband. We try and do like a family trip. I will say almost every summer that we try. So we go, and we went back down to Orlando again. And this time we just kind of went down there and just kind of chilled for a whole week. It was kind of just like a relaxation type of deal. But me and the boys did do a lot down there. We did a lot down there. Then boom, we're in July and September. So July and September highlights. I traveled some more. I went to Nashville. I've been to Nashville before, but I went again. I did record with the podcast. Y'all got to meet Callie and just having more fun. I took the boys to like me and Callie had a mom and kids like whole day planned, and really it was a whole week. And we took them to get library cards. They spent some times at the public library, which was really good. We did a lot of free field trips this week. So we did the Newman's Nature Reserve. We did the spray ground in Fayetteville, and we just really had a good time. Oh, in July and September, y'all also met Kat and OJ, which was really cool. We had a good little episode. Those are my peoples. Shout out to Kat. Shout out to OJ. Thank you for coming on. And then Debonese got married. Surprise, surprise. My girl got married. And me, Sam, and Weston did a lot of swimming also. We were getting our tans on, okay? Also, in July through September, we had the first For Black Girls Book Club episode, which was lots of fun. That's with me, Kelly, and Kai, and then we all went walking together. I went to an aerial class with Kat, and it was so much fun. Kat does aerial on a regular, like aerial aerobics in the silks, though, if you've ever done that. Sam and Weston, well, Sam already knew how to ride his bike, but Weston learned how to ride his bike, which is a big milestone. Sam helped him out a lot. I have Joy and Pain up here because it's like Joy, like, yay, he's learning, but there's Pain, like, oh, my baby, my Shayla, my Shayla. He's growing up. And then we had another For Black Girls Book Club episode, which was a lot of fun. Debonese came on that one, and we talked about the books. And then we also hung out again. Oh, and I went to this spa called the Woodhouse. Cat and I went, and it was really nice. We had a good time there. I got a really good massage, and my masseuse told me I better start stretching, or else she's gonna have my head next time I come back because my back and my legs was so tight from exercising and not stretching. But I've been getting better. And we had a lot of social engagements. And then I told y'all in August, that's when my grandmother passed. So I put RIP Big Mama because that's what we call her, Big Mama. Oh, and I also was dressed up really nicely. OJ had this big birthday party at King of Diamonds in Atlanta. And that's where we went. That's why I got that orange dress on, which I was wondering. All right, so boom, we make it to October and December. I got travel, family, morning. The morning is because I told y'all in October, that's when we went to my grandmother's memorial service, and that's when we went and did that. October was spooky season, which is my favorite time of the year. I love October. Love it. November, we reunited with the family. Everybody gets together for Thanksgiving and such. We get to see more of the family around that time of the year. And then in December, oh my God, it's Santa! Again, me inserting random movie quotes. So yeah, that's pretty much wrapping that up. And as you can see in that one, there's me and my favorite cousin, Alex, right here in the picture, in Virginia, my girl. And then more of November, we had a birthday, which was Weston. Weston's birthday is in November. My boy is now 6 years old. He's 6. We was on some Eat, Pray, Love. So I went to Florida. It was not by myself, but I went there, and as you can see, the place with 2 plates of food. That's what y'all get. That's all you're getting. Had a great time. Come on the podcast. And I shattered my phone. I don't know how it happened. Well, actually, I do know how it happened. I was in the Nike store, and y'all know they have the concrete floors. I dropped my phone, but it was inside of a case. I had dropped this phone a million times before, and it never shattered. And it shattered to pieces. So bad that I could not take the case off of that phone without pieces falling out. So anyways, I shattered my phone. Me and my mom also went to go see Wicked in December, which was really cool. But the food was really good when I was in Florida. Come on the podcast. Weston's birthday was cool. Oh, there's also a little picture here of a little thing that you might not know what that is, but it looks like it's on top of some type of medical thing. It is, because Sam decided that he was going to scratch his ear with a Lego piece while I was sitting right next to him. So he got Lego stuck in his ear, and we had to go to the emergency room to have it removed. It was very quick and painless, but it wasn't painless for him because his ear was hurting really bad. Luckily, no damage to the eardrum, which was really good. And then to celebrate Weston's birthday, he asked me to take him to Chili's. And when we got to Chili's, he just wanted the cheese, the fried cheese. So there's a picture of him and Sam. What it's him and Sam doing a cheese pool because that's what my baby wanted for his birthday. Oh, and I made macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving. It was really good. I found a recipe online. I've been finding a lot of recipes lately online. But overall, this year we're celebrating life. We are on this earth to celebrate with people that we love and care about. And on this slide, you'll see me, Sam, and Weston standing outside. This is on Christmas Eve. And we were just happy to be with each other and happy to be able to spend that time with each other. And then that's it. I have a fun little funky quote at the end. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And what I want everybody to take away from this is that one, letting goes are not bad things. They're not bad things. They're good things. Sometimes we have to let go of people. Sometimes we have to let go. With that being said, come on the podcast because we need guests on Hidden Gems. Will Hidden Gems have the same effect of you getting a man or getting pregnant as single mom minimal drama? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay? I have no idea. But will Hidden Gems be a great podcast as it was before? Absolutely. And I'm very excited to continue to go on this journey with all of my friends and family and you guys, my listeners and viewers. So I really appreciate you all for tuning in all year, even through the ups and the downs, and liking the videos, sharing the videos, talking about the podcast, whether it's good or bad, talking about it, putting it out there into the universe. And thank you all. I'll be excited to see you in 2025. Have a happy, happy new year. And come on the podcast. We need guests. Yay!